Welcome to my channel Flights Assistance.
Hello everyone. Before you watch this video, please know this video contains voiceovers generated using artificial intelligence (AI) technology. The voice you hear may not represent a real person and is produced using text-to-speech software for illustrative, educational, or entertainment purposes. All content is intended to comply with YouTube's community guidelines and ethical standards.
Delta's Airbus trouble. What's going wrong? Delta Airlines, one of the world's largest airlines, is grappling with significant challenges related to its Airbus fleet, driven by a combination of supply chain disruptions, engine shortages, regulatory hurdles, and geopolitical trade tensions. These issues have forced Delta to adopt unconventional strategies, such as cannibalizing engines from new Airbus aircraft, deferring deliveries, and navigating tariff-related complexities. Engine shortages and cannibalization. Delta has resorted to stripping US-made Pratt & Whitney engines from new Airbus A321neo aircraft in Europe to service grounded planes in the United States. This move addresses a critical engine shortage exacerbated by supply chain issues and a 2023 recall of Pratt & Whitney engines. The engineless A321neos remain in Europe, creating a logistical challenge for Delta's fleet management. Tariff avoidance tactics. U.S. tariffs on European-built aircraft, currently at 10% and potentially rising to 20%, have prompted Delta to find creative workarounds. By removing US-made engines from European A321neos and shipping them duty-free to the US, Delta avoids import tariffs on complete aircraft. Additionally, Delta has rerouted deliveries of Airbus A350s to Japan instead of the US to sidestep tariffs, using these aircraft for international routes. This reflects Delta's broader strategy to minimize tariff-related costs. As Bastian emphasized, "We are not planning to pay tariffs on aircraft deliveries." Grounded aircraft due to engine issues. Several Delta Airbus jets, particularly A320neo family aircraft, are grounded in the US due to issues with Pratt & Whitney engines. The 2023 recall and ongoing supply chain constraints have limited the availability of replacement engines, forcing Delta to prioritize operational aircraft by redistributing engines from new deliveries. This has reduced Delta's active fleet capacity, impacting its ability to meet demand on key routes. Regulatory delays with aircraft seats. Beyond engine troubles, Delta faces delays in certifying seats for new Airbus aircraft. Regulatory approval for these seats is pending, preventing Delta from putting engineless A321neos into commercial service. This bottleneck further complicates Delta's fleet renewal efforts, as the airline cannot fully utilize its new aircraft until certification is secured. Corrosion issues with Airbus A220s. Delta, the world's largest operator of Airbus A220s, has encountered corrosion problems on a limited population of these jets. The corrosion affects passenger seat fittings and wing-to-body fairing components, requiring additional inspections and maintenance. While Airbus and Delta assert that the A220 fleet's airworthiness remains intact, these issues add to the airline's maintenance burden and raise concerns about long-term reliability. Impact of tariffs on fleet strategy. The Trump administration's tariffs on imported aircraft and parts, coupled with a national security investigation under Section 232, threaten to increase costs for Delta's Airbus orders. Delta has warned that these tariffs could force it to defer or cancel deliveries, potentially eliminating flights serving up to 10 million passengers annually. This would disrupt Delta's fleet modernization plans, which rely heavily on Airbus models like the A321neo, A330,900neo, and A351,000. Paused A351,000 deliveries. Delta announced a pause on new Airbus A350-1000 deliveries from Europe and Canada due to tariff concerns. The airline had planned to receive 20 A350-1000s starting in 2026, but economic pressures and potential tariff hikes have led to a strategic reevaluation. This decision aligns with Delta's efforts to cut capital expenditure amid reduced travel demand and economic uncertainty. Fleet modernization challenges. Delta's fleet, comprising 986 mainline aircraft as of January 2025, is undergoing modernization to replace older Boeing 757s, 767s, and Airbus A319s and A320s with more fuel-efficient models like the A321neo and A350. However, engine shortages, tariff issues, and regulatory delays have slowed this transition. Delta's reliance on Airbus, intensified after its 2008 merger with Northwest Airlines, makes these disruptions particularly impactful. Operational and financial strain. The combination of grounded aircraft, deferred deliveries, and increased maintenance demand strains Delta's operations and finances. The airline reported strong Q2 2025 performance but reinstated its annual forecast with caution due to these challenges. The potential loss of flight capacity and higher costs from tariffs could erode Delta's profitability, especially as it navigates reduced discretionary travel spending. Broader industry implications. Delta's Airbus problems reflect wider industry issues, including global supply chain disruptions, engine shortages, and trade tensions. Other airlines, such as Lufthansa, face similar challenges with Pratt & Whitney engines and tariffs. The Aerospace Industries Association and Airlines for America have warned that higher tariffs could threaten supply chain reliability and air safety, underscoring the need for a tariff-free marketplace under agreements like the 1979 Civil Aircraft Agreement. Conclusion. Delta Airlines' Airbus problem is a multifaceted crisis involving engine shortages, tariff avoidance, regulatory delays, and corrosion issues. The airline's innovative but costly workarounds, such as engine cannibalization and rerouted deliveries, highlight its determination to maintain operations amidst adversity. However, these challenges threaten Delta's fleet modernization, operational efficiency, and financial performance. As trade negotiations and supply chain issues evolve, Delta's ability to adapt will be critical to sustaining its position as a global aviation leader. The broader industry must also address these systemic issues to ensure stability and safety in commercial aviation. Hope you like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.